Alright, so part two, I am thinking about, I'm leaving off just where I ended with part one. I'm thinking about a part three. It depends. I might make that in a more distant date, depending on what the hell happens today. If this is serious or not. Oh my god, fake alien invasion, real alien invasion, whatever the hell. But I'm gonna continue with my, oh god, I'm going to continue with my known info, right? Sorry about that. No, I'm not closing that software. I'm going to continue, okay? So I just got a bit excited there, and yeah, I just bumped my, where I have this placed. So sorry about that. I don't know what you saw just now when it fell, but yeah. Uh the name on this weapon, like Mighty Soul Choker. This is a weapon that is created from the parts on Magnum Mallow. Magnum Mallow is literally the mascot monster in Monster Hunter Rise. The mascot monster is like on the case and stuff like that. Mighty Soul Choker, they call it. This game came out a good few years ago, right? I'm going to actually pausing recording again, just hold a bit. I think I'm going to turn this down a bit based on how the audio was. I was struggling a bit to I was fighting the game volume a bit, so just hold on a bit. Alright, yeah, that should be perfect. All snazzy, nice. Alright. So this game came out a while ago, and Magnum Mallow is like some ghostly, I don't know, bear looking, lion looking thing, like part fire, like hellfire basically you could even call it. And they call that weapon the what? The Soul Choker. So it's like that's technically what they're doing to us on this planet. They try to separate us from the power per se. They try to separate us from, so all these changes that are happening to the solar and the sun are our energy. Yeah, alright, yeah, you can just making sure audio and everything is fine. So I'm going to do a master rank. I'm going to just fight something in the master rank, and I'll show you guys some master rank footage. There's a lot of people who got this game, and I'm quite sure never saw master rank footage. This is like DLC. Let's go ahead. I want to fight Magnum Mallow, do I? Let's see, Magnum Mallow is weak to, yeah, let me see. So hunting notes, what is that thing's weakness again? So what they did, they tried to separate us from the energy, right? And our species, we are supposedly human, but we're supposed to be called man. Our species, we keep hearing about our these lizards, and you what you call them, draconians. And when you eat in the literal science books, right? All right, so ailments, that is in the literal science books. Our brain, the part of our brain is directly connected to the brain stem. That part of our brain is called the lizard brain, the active part. Interesting, right? So what the hell were we made from in the first place? What are we? We love chickens. We love to eat chicken. You are what you eat, right? Especially culturally, all you hear about in the black race, black or white, anybody, but especially the black race, and love their KFC, is chicken. And you know what the hell a chicken is? All birds actually come off the same lineage, I would say, genetic lineage or line. They are lizards. They have freaking gizzards. They're birds, but they're lizard birds. You doubt me? Go look it up. And that is what we've been encouraged to eat. Stuff. It's like we're like genetic, we're conditioned to be, favored by their kind. You are what you eat. Our skin, or we're going to be more oiled, like how our perspiration is and stuff. Alright, so I'm going to change my weapon to a more water inclined weapon, yeah. And I think my armor should be this upgraded armor as well. We should be fine. It has defenses in every element, and we've been mentally and physically conditioned to be, I would say, as a species, we've been conditioned into being reliant on other sources. And what I always do, I go with these two gunners. Like, everything goes so well when you use those two. Is crazy. Playing Monster Hunter and talking about the nearing arriving apocalypse potentially. So what they did, they took our sun and they directly, literally tapped into the what I would call the ionic force that the sun is connected to. Just like we have radio towers, and these radio towers intersect and like communicate with each other, right? Our sun does similar. Our sun is not the only sun there is. There are other suns out there. There are other sun out there, and our other soul, and they all make one, I would say, interconnected cosmic grid. This is me. People are gonna say, "Where you get this dang information from, man? Who the hell do you think you are? You're so weird, this and that." But you don't have a confirmed PhD in this or the next. Do I have to? Like I was hinting, I was referencing in the first video I made here about this. Everything stems from basic knowledge. You take the basic knowledge and you work the formula out. You get everything else from there, right? That's why over the years our sense wasn't perfectly situated. We just, like, man was guessing and not guessing at the same time. We find out this, then we find out that, because we're taking from base information and building formulae, right? Formula. And when you look at it, just like we have atoms and the such that interconnect. I'm going to get to the main topic, and everything's going to connect again in this video I'm detailing here, right? Our sun does the same thing. So we've been hearing about all the mainstream games, including Nintendo mainstream games like Pokemon and stuff, as everything recently has been talking about the multiverse. And Pokemon Sun and Moon, Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, they've been referencing portals, wormholes, right? This is all that the scientists have been talking about. And CERN laboratories, one of the heaviest CERN laboratories, right? Holy shit. Oh, holy shit. CERN laboratories, they, believe it or not, the AI that they use to attempt to stabilize the Large Hadron Collider, and this is like their way of recreating the effects of the Big Bang. This is the heaviest part right here. This has all been orchestrated, people, and this is no joke. When I say no joke, really is no joke. That, the name of that AI, and for those who don't go around the internet scouring and you don't know this stuff for yourself yet, this is going to shock you. The name of that artificial intelligence is Atlus. Alice. Their system, the actual, like, the actual hadron collider that they clash those particles together in, that's what they do. Smash them together and then study the effects of the destruction, the energy redox, everything. It is named Atlus. And you know what else is called Atlus? There's this old reference to a god entity or whatever the sort. Atlus is directly referenced to the land. So why are they, something that's supposed to be high in the heavens, above? Alright, there's Magnamalo, there's our target. Just saying. Why the hell is this thing supposedly some comet or whatever above, and why are they calling it Atlus? Why are they calling it the exact same thing that they flipping will collider machine is called? Because it's all connected. It's what they're doing up there, what they're creating. Destination, yeah. You didn't do it more than once, Magnamalo. It's usually twice. So this species attempts to close us off from our natural God-given power, right? From the soul or and attempt to control it for their own gain. And they've been doing it for years already. And this is why we have no real atmospheric effects, we have no real weather, everything seems so odd. Everyone like has this sense that something is terribly wrong. They're calling it psychosis, they're coming up with excuses, right? But they've tapped into our matrix system, our earth, and they've found a way to control the energies. We even had a Disney movie recently named is Elementals or whatever those elemental creatures is directly, and what happened is like you say like weather elemental apocalypse. I could go into detail and talk about that, but I want to stay as close to topic at hand as possible without going off too much. That is them finding a way to reset this in their own image. That's what they're trying to do. So this 3i Atlas, you do not want to know what this thing is. They created this thing by mistake, per se. And it is, just like I was saying, everything in the universe is a reflection of itself, right? In whatever form or fashion. Like everything is layered, everything branches off as well. This entity or material that they created or caused, in fact they didn't even create this thing. They caused it to, I would say, like imagine you're a character in a movie and something is supposed to happen. It's all in the books, it's all worded, and you are given this idea that you have your own you have your own thoughts because I'm thinking to say something, so it's my own thought. I made that thought, right? But it's all been orchestrated and scripted by some entity we don't understand. Those Disney characters and those Disney books could never fathom that people are just writing and drawing and bringing them into creation if they are conscious in that dimension. Let's just say, right? Speculation. They could never fathom that they're being drawn and spoken into being. What if there are entities out there above our dimension that work the same way? And we are testing. Our very curiosity is what carries the story ahead. So they've been smashing particles together, trying to understand the building blocks of the universe, they called it. And literally, through their own curiosity, created some sort of effect that caused some, I would say, like a glitch or something. And they didn't understand it, and they just kept going. It's like these people are that crazy, just so that they could find maybe the key to the universe and find power and control. It's greed as well. Who's to say that was even man's idea and not the fallen angels or whatever other species that live with us that we're encouraged to think aren't even real? So everything lined up. We're here hearing about some 3i Atlas. Summer Laboratories, the same company, the same organization, the same people who created the internet and created this dang Large Hadron Collider, both have the same name, Atlas, CB. That's the literal that spinning, that thing that is spinning the particles in the collider, the Hadron Collider, is called Atlas. And then we're hearing about Atlas in the skies, 3i. So everything in the universe has a system to it, code, right? Everything goes in three. There's light, there's God the Father we hear about, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. So God the Father, photonic, that's light, right? God the Son, that's matter, materials that we know of in the material world, and God the Holy Spirit, that's God the Holy Ghost, whatever, right? That is atomic, photonic, and psionic. The spirit, mind, just thinking something causes a wavelength of energy differences. I call it the mind realm, right? And they took three of those basic fundamentals of reality, fused them together in a process, all of this experimentation, created the Hadron Collider. And all of these effects are part of this storybook that we live in, that we think we're entirely in control of. We are not. We are not. Whoa, we thought you were dead, man. The hell was that? You were so quiet, Magnamala. You were so damn quiet. Ah! Die, you evil shit. Oh, that was scary. Playing against it, Magnamala on the beginning of Halloween. It all ends up, like, also the topic I'm speaking on. This is so damn, right. As I was saying, this is serious as hell, because you've got billions of people on the planet who know nothing about what they are. Their gene has been edited so much that all of their power and lifespan, ability, everything has been shortened even more than it already was. And all of these science fiction, Marvel, DC comics, everything else, we're not encouraged to even think about, the possibilities up there. And who's to say that they didn't call, like, imagine your mom and dad left you at home in your household. You're a kid, still going to school, young years, and you're told not to do this or not to do that. Ah, shit, I fainted. I never fainted these things. Like, and this is it too. Like, you see me, I got to master rank, like rank 5. Every time I faint, it's because I'm making a video as well. Cause this takes a lot more than is. This takes a lot more than is obvious, man. But you see how well I was doing for as long as I was. It was like 16 minutes. This video is. It's like 10 minutes maybe. I never continue the quest. I always start from, that's how you encourage yourself to get better. Like, you don't just go ahead and take what you get. You force yourself to improve, like, by not accepting failures and stuff like that. So we're gonna start that from scratch. This video is supposed to be the last one, because my video is like around an hour in length anyway. So we're gonna go ahead. We got a few materials, I guess. I hope. I didn't use any of mine. Sell those, and yeah. Alright. So we are encouraged to be on our best behavior. Don't do this, don't do that, and they leave for a while, they're not coming back. So the kids start eating out the fridge. They try to get into this door, the next house they're not supposed to be going into their parents' room, and it gets worse and worse over time. That's exactly what happened with mankind. It's like God doesn't exist. That's a myth. Oh, this species doesn't exist. That's crazy. And there were certain factions because they came from that same leader, but because they envy mankind or they want the power for themselves or whatever other reason, they encourage mankind to do this and do that, and it got worse and it got worse and it got worse and it got worse over time. This island that I live on called Barbados is supposed to be pronounced Barbados, but it's really Barbados, because this island is named after a fig tree called the bearded, right? And it was pronounced Barbados, but for some odd reason, the name of the tree that gave the name of this island is called Bados, and they call it Bados. It's Los Barbados. And this island Barbados that I live on, Badland, or the Badlands, and people come from all over looking to party and do as they please, and it's the same thing. So this species became corrupted as hell. When you got conscience, when you actually care about doing things correctly, it's like you're laughed at all parts of the world these days anyway, right? You're a joke to people. It's like, just live your life, man. You go and got one life to live. Well, let's put it this way. We have cells in our body, right? And these cells have to go about a certain order, or you're gonna get sick. If your cells don't, like, say your cells don't transport, just like how we say we're not gonna do certain things, right? Say your cells all of a sudden all come together and say they're not gonna transport oxygen in your body like as should. You'd start turning blue, you start getting sick, you start getting illnesses, right? You won't live. Literally, you die, right? So who's to say that ain't happening to this world? In a unique way, the spirit is died off. We don't get lightning like we used to. Our current doesn't flow as should. The skies are dying quiet and lifeless, and they emulate weather. They artificially create weather. It's just to keep it to seem like this world is still going. And then all of a sudden we get these weird shifters on our planet, people acting weird as hell, and everyone who always had a natural connection to the ether, we call it, right? And what everyone else likes to call psychics, all of a sudden we get this weird, dank, heavy, odd scent that got me saying scent, odd energy that something is wrong on this planet. Something is totally off, man. And talk like the hippies, like it's totally wrong, dude. Something is up, man. It's like the vibrations are totally off, man. It's been like this for like 8 or 9 years, and we have no idea what it really is, but we just feel off. That is exactly why they shifted the energies too much toward the negative side, right? Exactly. We're here a bit too comfortable with doing just about anything, and then mom and dad is coming back. So they're like, oh shit, mom is in the driveway. What are we gonna do? The fridge has been raided. They broke into their mom or dad's bedroom, like all the snacks that their parents kept, for like, so that the children don't eat them out. They've got them stored and stuff. All of them eating out, boxes all over the place. They're like, holy shit, what are we gonna do? So the youngest kids, they place in front the snacks, this and that. They smother them with the snacks and stuff, and then they go ahead and maybe they try to lay it on the younger ones, the ignorant, right? Exactly. We've got all these vaccines, everything going on. Oh, we're last minute giving us this and that. Oh, we've been damaged. We found ways to do this and do that, to fix this, to fix the turd, because they know what they did to us, and they last minute want to fix things so that, but who's to say that these entities, just like how we watch television shows and TV series and stuff just from a little box, who's to say that these species can't watch us from over there? They know everything. In their mind's eye, they see all, or it sees all. You can't freaking hide what you did from them, right? They're on a freaking entirely higher dimension. Same thing. Television, so-called science fiction, whatever is freaking happening, because this could just be them testing to see who's going to jump to believe whatever's happening is just maybe them testing us. Who knows what is real and what isn't? But I'm saying this is the best example of a reference for what is happening here. We did wrong, and we're trying to tell ourselves that, oh, there's no God. Most of the people you hear saying that they're atheists, they're people who are scared as hell of God. It's not that they don't believe in God necessarily, most of them. I'm talking about people they don't know, and they believe in, like, people are going to say, you have a problem, man. No. All is logic. All is logic, I see it. Right? And that's part of it. You can never, the same word I'm going to use, you can never not know about something and attempt to say it doesn't exist. It's like, that's like saying that someone says that there's space up there, like other lands and stuff, and you're not taking word for it and saying, oh, it's a possibility there's other lands out there and other things. You're just telling yourself, because you're afraid of the idea of other lands, that you're so evil yourself. They're generally speaking about humanity these days, right? Humanity is so evil, and they know how wicked they are, that they're terrified of the idea that maybe there are other actual colonies out there who might want to war with them. No, they don't think like us. They're not corrupted by Lucifer's angels like us. So they don't, if anything, they might try to help us, and the freaking so-called angels, or fallen ones, would try to fool us into thinking that they're here to kill us, right? It's all begun. They've got defense freaking systems all set up. Like, they've got like atomic, not just atomic. They've got like these literal science fiction looking golden. There's like this golden fluid they made. There's like, and they've got antimatter bombs, because they want something that could erase matter. Like, whatever it is, we don't understand it. When we hit this thing with this bomb, we want that it freaking erases that matter entirely. They've been studying with this large hadron collider and all that, not just for curiosity. They've been studying because they're terrified. we've seen glimpses of this race or whatever it is out there for years now, because we've got technology that can see pretty far. All of it isn't from mankind, it's from them that's been living with us. Even these computers we're using these days are not ours. They came from man. It could be that smart, only using a tiny percentage of brain power. We've created all these things on our own. Hell no. So they created these things for us, with us, and it's like, oh, you've got to do this, you've got to do that for us. You've got to give us this amount of deaths, this amount of human bodies, this amount of human souls, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and we will continue to work with you. That was always it. So we've been, through their technology, able to see that they're coming. So it's like, oh, holy shit. Dang, like we're in a rut. So they then find people to blame, they find things to set up, they find, alibis. Like, that's exactly what we're going through right now. Why the world is so weird, why certain people are just like the nicest people are just going bye-bye, disappearing. Oh, this person died from this way, the next. They're killing them, they're freaking killing them. And we're here. What they want is for us to be ignorant, so that they could then feed us lies and attempt to kill mom and dad, because they don't want to deal with they want to kill the creator or whatever it is that created us. They want to play God themselves. And it's going to be, the reason I'm making this video, people will be, isn't this something that everyone talks about and stuff? Like, I had some hefty details in the first video. Here they are, eventually we're getting there. So I've mentioned how everything reflects on itself in this reality. Everything is a projection of itself in a different form. Matter, right? Layers, branches, material. Our mind, our thoughts, the way that we think, the things that we do, they're projections from the mind realm. Some people believe or say that every entity, every living organism, is God itself, actually looking on and attempting to learn from different angles, like curious, bored. Who's to say that that's actually not true? Who's to say that that's not the case? So in that sense, we eventually subconsciously, superconsciously create what I think is going to happen soon from now. And it is not a joke. This is the initial climax. Like, this is it, people. This is it. So we went from curiously creating machines to curiously tapping into the machine itself, if you get what I'm saying. Our system that we live in. The things that they've been doing for the past 8 years, you do not want to know, man. Like, if you are seen enough to be concerned, the word concern. Interesting as hell, right? If you're seen enough to be concerned about what is going on and what they created, you would go and eventually try to find as much information about what they're doing, right? They literally hacked our planet has a heartbeat, just like we have a heart pumping our blood in or this planet has like an energy signature we call the Schumann resonance, right? They found a way to tap into that. And what they found is, just like when we go to sleep and we begin to dream, right? There are other like channels, just like you swap channels on the television. This earth exists here in multiple channels all at once. And they've been messing with that science, I would say. People say technology, but I'm just going to say science. They've been messing with that for years. And let's say, right, these higher dimensional entities begin to tell themselves, all right, yeah, they were created in their own form and image and stuff and whatever, and they would have some form of, they can't entirely do evil, but we left them too long. Like, they've been on their own for way too long, and they're reaching a point that they could not only destroy themselves. This is in the freaking Book of Chronicles as well, right? They could potentially destroy everything. Like, existence as we know it, because their kids, it's like the same parents' household. These children are at risk for even burning the house down and don't even know. Like they're just in the kitchen, they're trying to cook stuff, they're messing with everything. They don't know how stoves work. They don't know how things work. They're just playing with them. It's like everything is there at their disposal. Who knows what happened to cause their parents to take such a while to get back to their household in the first place, right? Who knows? Oh shit, I gotta dodge this way. Damn it. Alright, cool. Lucky for me, it was aiming at somebody else this time. Like, I was dead there. I slipped up. I'm focusing on the words. Alright? I'm focusing on what I'm saying. So I'm here talking, and everything has been already dreamed up by these entities. They taught this world into being. They just spoke, and that's a neat book as well. Whatever is spoken into existence, breath of life into, and we're here, right? Those are. That's it again. Yeah, let's go. Alright, stun, sleep. These gunners are dying amazing, man. Best characters in the game, I bet you. Oh, that's what happened last time. The first time. They send it to sleep. I forgot. They can send these enemies to sleep. They've got like really good at items. But it's like they basically are at risk for destroying everything. They don't care. Oh, nothing ever happened before, so nothing is going to happen. The same mentality that little children keep is like nothing ever happened before. They don't know how much their parents protected them from. They don't know how much they're opening portals to other dimensions they don't understand. The amount of things that could come through here, the amount of particles like that could affect us on a multiple dimensions that they don't understand. And people could wake up tomorrow with, I spoke in my first part of this discussion, with dying abilities they don't understand. Things can happen. We've been vaccinated. Vaccinated from what? The hell? What the hell was that? So it's like, this is way more serious than is obvious to basic brains. Let me word it like that. Basic minded people. This is serious as hell. Serious as hell. Where are you going? Oh, I thought it was doing the crash land attack again, because that's a devastating move. You see how it took me out in one move, in one hit. Devastating, man. Let's go. I would love for this game to get a Switch 2 edition, maybe next year or something. That'd be amazing. That's if Earth stays, the system is accurate and lives on. That's if everything still works out, because we're at that point. That's another something. We're at that point right now. We know nothing about what's gonna happen. Everything is unsure. Let me say it like that. Alright? Let me say it that way. Everything is unsure. What? Next year? Monster Hunter Rise, Nintendo Switch 2 edition. This game could be pretty as hell. Right, it's flying off here. Look at the map, there's a little blue bird. Alright, that's it. See it. Let's get that. Get some more materials when we finish this mission. See it flying, right? Yeah, we're following this thing. Don't fly off too far, buddy. The hell are you going, man? You don't usually fly this far. This is it. Yeah, there's a perch. This is it. Second perch point. Give me that twig. Nice. So now we get more rewards at the end of this mission. Yeah. So that's it. This world, everyone has been encouraged to be irresponsible and retarded as hell. We damage the gene, we eat any way we feel like, we eat all the foods we're not supposed to, we drink or we're not supposed to, we do all the shit we're not supposed to. And when mom and dad, because I doubt it's just dad or just mom, when mom and dad get back, they're going to be pissed. Just like how we have a king and a queen, I think there's a king and a queen in this. You know that there's the queen bee, that is like, she controls the entire bee colony. And it's just her, and you don't hear anything about the king. The king is usually sometimes killed even. Go and look at the animal kingdom is devastating, man. Right? I do believe maybe she took over and caused this earth that, because this world is really all about comfort. If you look at the natures of feminine and natures of masculine, man isn't all about comfort. He's responsible, and he's making sure that everything is this way and that, and he's the head of the home. All of that was still kept in books, but the world doesn't do any of it. This world is more encouraged to be feminine, not masculine. And that's the issue. Right? We lost that responsibility as a species. And I think is what's going to doom us into oblivion. Because then they get back, is like they're looking at what we did. They might not even look at us and say that we could do even more damage. This ain't good, y'all. What are we going to do? It isn't like they're gonna say we can't kill our own children, we can't do this. What are they calling it? Who knows what'll happen? So stay safe. Keep watch over the networks, not for what they're telling us, because they're gonna give us half truths. I explained that to you in my first video of this topic. They don't give us the full truth, never do. It's for reason of making sure that we don't get info too easily. Only the intelligent, it's to keep intelligence going, I guess. Only the most intelligent will find it for themselves, but they give the public half proofs. They don't give us the full truth. So make sure that you're sure what's going on in your vicinity. You see any weird, like disturbances that cause disappearance and things like that, you get the hell out of Dodge. We're in that time and age. This is no joke. No joke. I'm gonna carry on until I somehow finish off this beast. Let's see. Caught up underneath its legs. Shit. Got it. I usually fight way better than this in this game, but I'm talking and I'm trying to focus as well. There's way a little odd pause, just I was trying to maneuver myself a bit better there. And we hear about the Draconians, we hear about the Illuminati, and it's so overdone, even speaking of them, that whenever you mention them, is like you're instantly slandered as a fool or some joke, some idiot. What are you talking about? You're like a conspiracy theorist. That's why more and more these days we've been encouraged to doubt this type of, because it's exactly the day and age where that is exactly what's happening. Is the day and age where they get you to not talk about it, because they don't want you to talk about it. They want you to doubt that it's even happening, so that they could more easily just manage mankind. Again, man, age. That's it. And before we end up, like what they speak of in the old books, it's not this thing about racial enslavement was that was a dying misdirection, because this entire species, no matter the color of your skin, has been enslaved in the past, and it could happen again on levels that we do not know about these days because it's been hidden from us, right? We could be punished, that's the best way to put it, in ways that we're not even aware of. We're in trouble, man. So people who don't believe in religion, people who don't believe in God or anything of the sort, I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just saying give things a second thought and realize that you've been an immature little bitch trying to tell yourself out of fear of guilt that these creatures and God and stuff are not real, right? Just because you're like, oh, if that thing is real, if I admit that God is real or Creator is real, then I'm admitting that, oh, I might actually be doomed to hell, or that I did something wrong. I did nothing wrong. Like, stop doubting your own, sense of yeah, everyone has a higher sense. We're connected to the source. We're like products of the creator itself, and we have a higher sense, right? A conscience, you call it. Stop doubting your damn conscience. This is why people feel so weird. It's like when your hair stands up on end, like you give a sense that you're in trouble, you did something wrong, and then when you look around, like everyone who's a human that grew up in an actual family, right? Uh, you get this odd sense. You look around, oh like, oh shit, teacher saw me, or oh shit, mom and dad is coming back, and you know you did. That's your spirit telling you in the early, like, yeah, look around, or the angels, however people look at things, they might have different ideas the way that happens, right? That's just our highest sense, the electoral, bioelectoral energies we give off, we sense it. We know how our parents' energy is. We sense it from far, and we're like, oh, teal, they're coming back, and we just know to look around. That stuff too. But everyone has this sense that, oh, something bad is going to happen, or it is like reality itself feels entirely off. It's because the freaking king and queen are coming back, man. And we've been doing so much shit to this world, so much damn evil we've been doing to this world and these animals as a species. I'm gonna say we, us, because I have 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes. I'm supposed to be human, and I live on this planet with everyone else. I'm a part of the freaking like species, right? I'm a part of the story. I'm not gonna say that I'm perfect, and I'm not gonna say that I'm not a part of the. I still I would still end up paying bills to these electrical companies and paying for these systems that they like suck oil of the earth to create and feed, and they give money to like atomic agencies that, you know, all these things are dang destructive and could destroy the earth in another 100 years. Only 100 years? And we could be disappearing from here just from all the things we did. So yeah, we did wrong, we're in trouble, and I'm giving this video as you know, look up and realize the cup of tea that we're missing, that we were never drinking. Yeah, it's that bad. It is that bad. It's 42 minutes and some that I'm looking at here. This should drop in a bit. This is only 3-star master rank, right? I know we've got like 2 others like blasting. We've been going for this long fighting this thing, and it isn't dead yet. This game is, and they're like, oh, here we are. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, I figured it's gonna run ahead as the usual right when it gets in that state that is. We can catch it. We can capture this thing. And that's what I'm going to do, because it's going to take way too long. I think I'm getting near to the end of the mark right now. Fuck. Excuse my language, but... nah, I think we're good. I think we're fine. Good. And... captured! Dying fire, Teddy. Dying fire, Teddy. So that's it. Mom and dad are coming back, and the evil ones are terrified because some of their bloodlines, they've only been given books and, you know, scripts and knowledge, and they didn't even know for sure if it's real, if, you know, mom and dad even exist, because they've never seen them, did they? The ones that live, I would say, quite practically immortal based organisms, or whatever the case, that we're encouraged only through movies to doubt even exists, they know for sure what's happening, and that's why, you know, all of a sudden we have these shutdowns. This is the initial end of my video per se. I'm gonna end it off quite soon. I'm gonna, you know, put everything in a neat, tight, nice, pretty bowl, tie that box off. We have, this is the end of the system. There's been every 4 years, this is said to be a 4th dimension with 3 dimensions and time. Everything is 4. 2012, end of the old world calendar. 2016, they arrive and they begin planning and scheming. 2020, them testing or herding, they herded us into position. And 2024 is their new law. 2025, the beginning of the new world. And this is the last few three. And the funny thing is, a year for companies and businesses ends around October. Like, this is technically already 2026 for business or institutes and stuff like that. Places, they end off in around October, November. Yeah. So very interesting. This is the new world. Stay safe. This thing about digital IDs, they're going to be able to monitor every single thing we do, yada yada. They're trying to eradicate evil itself smartly through the use of the I. Don't you see it, people? 3I Atlus. The I of Horus. I'm going to make another video for sure, and I'm going to speak on those topics, kind of branch off and connect to. It's going to be a series, man. Anyway, this is the beginning of something grand. This is a new world. This is a new era, per se. Stay safe and stay tuned. Thank you for watching.